So today, I want to have a look at a very cool world generation mod for Minecraft. This is not like your typical world gen mod, which adds a few new biomes and maybe changes up a couple blocks. No, this is a mod that will recreate real world terrain inside of Minecraft. And it's really cool. It is named Tellus. And today, I'm gonna tell you all about it. Do make sure to double check if you're subbed to the channel. The vast majority of my daily viewers are still not. You may think you are, but you may not actually be in reality. So if you could just double check, I would appreciate that so much. So Tellus is available currently only on GitHub. It is also still in an alpha phase, which means a very early development. You should definitely not use this world gen mod on a server that you want to play on for the next few years, as the next version could already break it all. So that's good to keep in mind. But Talis is a fabric mod that recreates real world terrain in Minecraft by generating Earth scale landscapes from geographic data. So like you can see here, it actually hooks into multiple different data sources that it uses to generate its terrain as accurately as possible. It even uses Open Metro for weather data, so you can have real-world weather in-game. Pretty cool stuff. I know somebody's gonna ask, Kasai, does that mean we will also get cities in-game? No. This is all about generating real-world terrain. So the terrain itself, not the human-built stuff on top of it. Now to try Tellus for yourself, you simply want to click on releases here on the right side of the page. Of course, a link to this page can be found in the description down below. Then on the releases page, you simply want to scroll down until you find this section where it says assets. This you want to unfold, and then you want to be looking for the Tellus alpha build.jar. This is the mod. Simply download it and add it to your fabric installation. After that, back in game, we can simply go to single player. We're then gonna create a new world. And here under the world tab, we're gonna change up the world type. Not to default, not to super flat, not to large biomes, not to amplified, also not single biome, but we're gonna choose for Earth. And after that, when we click on customize, we will get to this menu. And over here, we can customize the world gen. So this is a 3D render of our current spawn location. You can see exactly what it will look like. So we got some mountains here, pretty cool stuff, but we can completely customize where in the world we spawn among a bunch of other settings. So first, let's go to world settings. Over here, we can change up the world scale, so the amount of meters in real life representing one block in game. So one block is representing 35 meters. If you want to create a world where one block is 1 meter IRL, then that is something which you can do. I don't know how well this would work and how well it would look, but it is certainly something which you can do. All the way to one block is 500 meters. But yeah, you can see that even big mountain ranges are very flat now. That's a mountain right there. So I actually think that the 1 to 35 meter default is quite alright. We can also choose our provider. So which data source will it pull all of this data from? Terrarium is the one that we're using right now. We can also go for Arctic Dem. I don't know what the difference would be. I would just go for the default. And then over here we can change the terrestrial height skill. There's also the oceanic height skill, the height offset, sea level, and a bunch more stuff, which generally is fine by default. If there was something specific you want to achieve, you might want to change these settings up, but it works quite fine as it is. We can also change ecological settings, where we can, for example, enable land vegetation. I'm not able to disable this though. I don't know why. All of these settings are out of my reach. Maybe it has to do with the data source that I'm using. I'm not sure. There are also structure settings. So do you want structures to be generated? Yes or no? If you do, go for it. If you want to disable all of them because you just want the terrain only, that is also something which you can do. And then there is the real-time settings. So this is where time is going to be determined. Real-time time. Syncs in-game time to your real-world time at your location. There's also real-time weather. So use real-world weather for rain, thunder, and snow. And we can even turn on historical snow coverage, which means that if it just snowed somewhere, then you can make it so that there is currently snow there in the game. That is so cool for no reason. reason whatsoever. It is just awesome that it's possible. And then there are compatibility settings. You can see currently it is compatible with Distant Horizons and Voxy. I currently have Voxy installed, so that is why this one shows up here. If you have Distant Horizons installed, then you will be able to customize settings for that mod. But basically here you can turn on Voxy Chunk Pregen, which generates full chunks around players so Voxy can ingest and render them. If that's something you want to turn on, you can. And then there is the cache, which you can delete if you want. And last but not least, the data sources. Shout out to all of these. And after you're done configuring your world, we can go to set spawn point. And this will give us a map of the world. So you can see that right now we're able to scroll around a planet Earth and we can give ourselves a spawn location. So when we, for example, go to Canada and then somewhere around here, you can see that it will start downloading data because it's basically gonna prepare your new spawn location. Well, there it is. Lots of water, a little bit of land. Yep, that looks like Canada. When we go to a more mountainy area, for example over here, you can see that that will also show on the map. It is a little mountainy. And when we go to Amsterdam, you can see that everything is just flat. Because of course. So let us spawn in Amsterdam. Let's click on Create World. Just click on yes when you get this warning. And it is now generating our terrain. You will see some copyright notices here at the bottom. Because of course, very important. And there we go. We are in, well, in Amsterdam, apparently. There's water, some trees, gravel and stone. Yep, this is exactly like how I remember it. Well, of course, obviously the city is not there, but this is just the terrain. This is the terrain of Amsterdam. Oh, there's actually a village here. Would you look at that? Ah, yes, this little village house is floating in the air. Typical Amsterdam. But yeah, you can see lots of flat land, a little bit of water. That's basically the whole Netherlands. You can see exactly where we are, by the way, by typing /Tellus map, which will give us a map of the world. So you can now see where we are. Seems like we just left Amsterdam and we're currently looking at the Noordplas. That's this water, I suppose. Actually, the shape of it is quite accurate. I mean, if you look at this water here and then you look at that same water here on the map, look, this is the shape IRL and then this is in game. Not bad. Not bad at all. But we can also teleport to another location here in game. So I can, for example, teleport to London if I want. We simply click, then we click on teleport and there we go. We're now in London. Oh, apparently London has a nether portal. Yeah, no, so cool stuff. Now, the next big question is, of course, can we teleport to Antarctica? There we go. We're gonna click. We're gonna teleport. That is totally possible. It's not snowy here, though. I mean, to be fair, Antarctica is just one big frozen continent. So, I guess if there would be no snow, then this is what it would look like. There's no tree to be found, at least. That's pretty accurate. Now I'm wondering something. Wait, I want to do a little test. I'm gonna create a brand new world. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn on real-time time, real-time weather, but also historical snow coverage. There we go. Set spawn point, Antarctica. There should be snow now. That doesn't look very snowy. Well, let's try anyway. Huh. Yeah, that's indeed how I remember it. Haha, lots of snow, no green. No, but this is really cool nonetheless. This is such an awesome mod. What if we go to like Egypt? Will there be deserts? Please. Oh, okay. Good. Good, there's desert. There's sand. We're in Egypt now. I like this. I could have a fun time with a mod like this. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. It is still an alpha, meaning it is in very early development, and you should not deploy this on a public survival server, as the next update could break it all. But if you want to do some exploration of your own, or maybe you want to make a server with your friends and you know you're not going to be updating the mod or updating the version of Minecraft, then hey, why not? Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Do make sure to double check if you're subbed to the channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, see you later, bye bye.